Hebrew Israelites, we come week in and week out to let our people know that who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is coming back to redeem his people, who happen to be the Negro, Latinos, and Native American. Even who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is a so-called Negro if he was labeled today.
Right.
From the tribe of Judah, which are Negroes.
Right.
On down to the other 11 to 12 tribes. Right? I'm going to start off first by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Greetings and salutations to you brothers who do this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. All right, what's today's date? The 17th? August 17th, 2014. And there's major prophecies that are unfolding today.
Right.
That are written in the Bible. Now, they're not going to say August 14th, 2014. They're not even going to say America, but there are symbolic and analogies, written in analogies that are going on today in the scriptures. You know, and you have to be able to see these things. First, you have to be chosen to be a watchman to have the understanding of seeing these things, and then you have to be able to recognize and break those analogies down. Matter of fact, you have some? Let's do Isaiah 32. Eyes, ears, and all of that. Just pick one of those. Matter of fact, the one Isaiah 6 and 9. All of that's right. Just go ahead with what you got. Because basically, if you're not chosen to be able to see this, you're gonna just go blindly into it. But in these times, it's so evident of what's going on that it's easy to see. Even if you do want to act like you're blind, it's not that you're blind. You're just ignoring what you're seeing.
Isaiah 32 and 3. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken.
And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, meaning you're going to be able to see and recognize the reality of what's going on. This whole Michael Brown thing in Ferguson, Missouri, is starting to wake up a lot of you Israelites' eyes, waking up your minds about the truth about this world, about the double standards that go on in this world. You know, like a lot of our people are starting to realize there's a major double standard, and the so-called white man can play both sides of the fence, whatever benefits him the most, and that you get the low or take the fall no matter what side you on. They're starting to see that we're being exterminated as a people, and it's not just because you're black, so-called black or whatever, or Negro, so-called, but it has more to do with that you're poor and that you're Negro, Latino, and Native American. A lot of it happens to do with that, but being in the worst and lowest positions just further aids them in a way to destroy you.
Right.
Read that one and then keep on.
It says, and the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken.
Now you're starting to hear and see the different things that's going on. For one moment it will stand your ground and it's all right to shoot somebody. The next moment, it's not all right if we do it to them. But then the moment back to you, you get persecuted for doing nothing. But now it's also the demonization that's going on, and you people are able to see it. How come this wasn't brought out before? It's so plain to hear and see that the media is at the point where they're trying to demonize it, dude. So you take it as a little thing. Oh, that's just another nigga that's getting killed. Like going back to the Trayvon Martin thing, right? Why is it that you guys believe that Skittles and Arizona iced tea can turn you and smoking weed together in combination turns you into a demon, but the FDA ain't stopping that though, selling none of that stuff. When they know their product, if that's the truth, and they know their product can go and turn you into a little demon or whatever, why don't they take it off the street? Can turn into a hallucinogen or whatever it's supposed to do. How come they're not taking you off the street for that? They're not taking Arizona iced tea and Skittles and all that off the airways, because it's just another something that they're using to demonize us people. especially us Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites in the Bible, God's chosen people. So there's a double standard happening here. But our people are starting to wake up and see what's going on. That's the times we're in, where these same dumb, blind niggas and Spicks and whoever else that we're supposed to be are starting to wake up and see. They're not starting to see the truth, but they're waking up to see the differences that are being made in society. That it's not what the consensus is supposed to be. You know, that everybody's free, everybody has an equal opportunity. That's not what's going on here in America. That's not the truth. You know more on that? I'm just reading from the top. Third.
And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly.
And the stammerers are us. We're out here speaking this word in another tongue, but in your language, so you can understand what's going on, to break down what's really going on. But the rash, which is you niggas, no matter what race or what race you claim or whatever, your minds are starting to be open. It says hearts, but your minds are your hearts, but they're starting to be open to be able to see what's going on. That there's a direct dividing line in this society between brown and white, or black and white, which is going to lead to the race riots, class wars, and so on and so forth, among other prophecies that are coming to pass. But those are the times we're in. And that's kind of the point. These are the times we're in where the simple ass niggas are starting to wake up. Because those are some simple niggas that's looting out in Missouri. Those are some simple niggas, but at least they're doing it for the right reasons, so to speak. Because they are the have-nots, and they realize they're not going to get no respect until they start tearing shit up.
That's right.
Which is the spirit of the Most High putting that on them to do that.
That's right. That's right, because you can't fight oppression with peace.
No.
You can't do that, man. You know, them so-called civil rights leaders back then, they tried that already. That's not going to get through the heads of the people up top that runs the show, man.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to peace and have peaceful protests and rallies and all that, they can sit back and just look at you for show. Yeah. While continuing their enterprise, man.
You march a lot. When you marching, they ain't listening to that, man.
That's right.
You can march and you can, yeah. That's just giving them time to build up what they really want to do. Yeah. You got something?
So 2nd Esdras 6 and 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, the Most High is coming back to visit the earth. He's drawing near to his people again. So he's starting to show who his chosen really are. Yep. Not just his chosen people, but his elect also. That's the main point. Because he's going to visit you 2/3 niggas and Spicks and whatever else with destruction, with the sword. You know, but his elect, he started to visit them with divine intervention, so to speak. He's going to come in and play a hand in their lives. And we're starting to be able to see those things come to pass in these times.
Verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them with that, would they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Hold on, can we check it again? Yeah, hold on, let me look for that word inquisition. Go ahead, read.
Verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them, would they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and with the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Now, it doesn't have inquisition, but I know that inquisition is a form of inquiry or inquiry. Now it says inquire. It says to ask, to investigate, right? Inquisitive, unduly curious, eager to learn. Now, the Most High will read it. Trying to get it.
Inquisition. A period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation.
What's the other? Interrogation is kind of the same, along the same line.
Yep.
Read it again from the top of that definition.
It says, a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation.
To eagerly question, to intensely question or ask.
To inquire, inquest, examination.
Examine. Yep. Those are the things. I'll read it again. Let's go with what the scripture says. With that understanding.
Second Ezra 6:19. I'm going to start back at 18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. Basically, the Lord is examining the actions being done upon the earth with the people that are basically in control of the world, and bringing harm and destruction to his chosen, the apple of his eye.
That's right.
So the Lord basically, with all of the, like, for instance, what we're going through today, a lot of you so-called Negroes and Hispanics are being put to death by these pigs. Who runs majority of the who's in majority of the police force throughout the country? So-called white man. Who controls the police force?
Who set it up for the unjustly things that it writes? Like in Isaiah 10, who prescribed that to the people? So where there's a double standard for his people, but you get the double standard on the negative side, that you can't win. You get off by having still to come and become lesser. Like you still gotta pay, you still gotta do some time, you still gotta get hemmed up, bruised up or whatever. And that's not always justly. A lot of times it's unjustly. But the Most High says, I'm gonna start to draw near and find out who is this that's doing this to my people. You know?
Which we already know. He knows that it's this damn devil, man.
That's right.
You know?
We all know who the deceiver is.
In your own system, you fail to investigate unjust things, man. Just like with this, what's going on with this case, just like with Trayvon Martin's case, just like with any other Jake that got put to death unjustly, man. Y'all fail to investigate those particular cases, but y'all do it on purpose. It's because they're your, you know that they're your natural born enemies, man. You know? But the Lord, he's a just power, man. He investigates what his own people do, as well as you devils. You know? Why is it that when a Negro, a so-called Negro or Hispanic commit a certain crime, when a so-called white man commits the same type of crime, they both don't get the same type of execution performed or judged, man? The white man could get off scot-free, but a Negro that commit the same crime, you throw the whole book at him. He gotta serve a harsher punishment. You know? And with this whole thing with Michael Brown, these devils is basically trying to divert the situation because supposedly he was caught on camera stealing a pack of cigarillos out of the market.
Hey, how long ago was that? That had nothing to do with today's case. Why was it going that hard?
And it has nothing to do with the shooting.
Right.
Because first of all, when the officer pulled him over, it had nothing to do, it had no connection to that particular incident in that store, man. The officer didn't know what had just happened. He just saw two Negroes walking down the street, and he basically told them to get out the street. You know, traffic. You know? So that proved that he had nothing to do with what went down at that store, man. And not only that, it's coming out that the chief, the police department chief was caught in a fucking lie.
Right.
Because at first he said that the cop did know that there was a robbery prior to pulling the two Negroes over, and then the situation happened where he ended up shooting them.
Hey, let me say it like this.
But then it turned out that they didn't know.
No, they didn't know.
So the chief, the police chief, was caught dead in a fucking lie, man.
Well, they're using that just to try to muddle and cover up the fact that they were profiling.
Yep.
They were just profiling Jake, fucking
Yep.
with Jake for good for nothing reason. Y'all look like y'all into some trouble. Now he gambled right, but he didn't. But you got in this society, in this law, you're supposed to know why you persecute somebody. You're supposed to let them know why you're doing that. That's not what happened.
Yep.
He got executed over some other shit, not over what he did about packing cigarillos months before.
Right.
I'm talking about by the cops, by their understanding. Most High thought he was a wicked ass nigga, so he just killed him.
Right.
But that's also to wake you Jakes up so you can see and understand and hear what's really going on in the society. That's all. That's what this is. That's what this is for. It ain't about Michael Brown, but Michael Brown is just another average Joe Negro, to show you that could be any of us. That could be anybody walking around. And to show you the real spirit that these crackers really got on them. They don't give a damn about you, and it's just another nigga dead. But you forget that Michael Brown had a family, and people that are friends, and people that loved him, just like you do. That could happen to you walking down the street.
This is just for our people, and mainly for all you simple niggas out there marching for justice.
Right.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. You niggas, y'all making a mockery of yourselves, man.
Yep.
Cause these devils are sitting back laughing. That cracker pig that killed that Jake, they sent his ass. They sent his ass immediately after he killed the Jake, man. They sent them out of the state on paid leave and everything, man.
Vacation.
That dude more than likely ain't gonna go to trial.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation, man.
They're building their case for him to get off.
Exactly.
Not to persecute him, but for him to get off.
For him to get off, and that's what this whole divert thing goes back to.
Yep.
Because they're trying to play this Michael Brown to be the villain when he was executed unjustly. Well, he wasn't innocent because whoever perished being innocent, he was a simple nigga. But the point of it, right? But by point of it, you had no just cause to actually murder him, especially if you got witnesses telling you that he surrendered when you started to fire your weapon at him.
Right. And let me add it to that. And the price in this country and in the Bible for stealing ain't death.
Yep.
That ain't the price for that. Yep. That ain't the judgment you get, the sentence you get for stealing. You gotta pay back sevenfold. In whatever form.
Stealing is what, a misdemeanor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
$2 pack of cigar, $5 pack of cigars, whatever Jackson put it to now.
Right. Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province.
That was a violent perverting of the law, of the way it says the what?
It says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to act like this some weird spectacle when that happens. Because first off, look who's ruling shit. Esau. This man's